Perfect. It's great to see so many people interested in the EUDI wallet. And yeah, it will be even more interesting than the European Euro. And yeah, my name is Helge Michael. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Lissi. We are a spin-off of Commerzbank, and I would guess we are one of the companies in Europe which are really deeply into the EUDI wallet, because we have been deeply involved into the developing of the standards of the EUDI wallet. We have formerly done a research project which was called ID Union, with a lot of different banks, companies like Bosch, Siemens, and also public institutions. And I would like to talk about EU Digital Identity Wallet, give you some insights into regulation. And what I can do say is, in comparison to the digital euro, the legislation is through. So the EU Digital Wallet will come, and it will come in really early, and you need to prepare. And this is my message for today. And it's not only about the financial sector, where a lot of other industries which will the European Digital Wallet have impact on. But today I would like to focus especially on the financial industry, because that's the reason we are here. First of all, regulation for the EU Digital Identity Wallet comes out of eIDAS. eIDAS is a regulation. It's about digital identity. It has been adapted. And the first idea came up in 2021, and it was like, you all have this kind of eID means. You know the German eID. Maybe some of you have already used it, most of you not. And you have a lot of different means in the European Union, but we are not interoperable. And this is the reason why the EU decided, okay, we need some kinds of means for identification, which is the same all over Europe, and where it is possible that an Italian citizen can easily open an account in Germany and vice versa. And this is the reason they decided, okay, let's go for a European Digital Identity Wallet. And it's not only about identification, it's also about a lot of different credentials and authentication means. So meaning authenticate into a website, doing strong customer authentication, but also, for example, other credentials like a digital driver license. And imagine you can have a digital driver license, you have a police control, and you do not need to have a physical card. You can just show your mobile phone. Wouldn't that be amazing? And this is the reason why the European Union has decided, okay, this is one of the most important projects when it comes to digitalization in whole Europe. And regulation environment is eIDAS. As said, every member state in the European Union need to have and offer European digital identity wallets to its citizens. So there's really an obligation, and we need to issue, and this means you need to have your eID in the wallet. So there need to be an issuance into the wallet, and you just need really your wallet, your EU digital wallet, to do identification. And this is on a trust level high. So it has the same trust level as a physical card. This is really important, because a lot of people are concerned about security. However, there are a lot of cybersecurity agencies part of a project like German BSI, and they will make sure that this is really as secure as the physical means. All the wallets, as already said, needs to be interoperable. And first governments, and this is really important, have announced to go live in 2025. And in Italy, for example, the driver license, it's public. And I have a developer from Italy. He just showed me the digital driver license into an EU digital wallet, and it's really great. And even German government announced we will have, or we will go live with a first implementation of the EU digital wallet until the end of the year. It will not have all the capabilities, but we said, okay, we want to go live, especially with a German eID, and then go a step further and add additional use cases. Why is it important for you? Because there will be an obligation to accept the EUDI wallet of your customers. Meaning, in 2027, if I go to a bank and show my EU digital wallet, they need to accept it. It's not like the eID, that it's voluntary and nobody does it. It's really an obligation, and not only for the KYC process, it's also for strong customer authentication. So whenever you do two-factor authentication for a payment transaction, then you need to accept and offer your customers the EU digital wallet. And yeah, I can also say you, it's not only that the bank's looking into it, it's also the merchants, yeah, because they have a new possibility to do delegated authentication for payment transactions, and meaning this means more conversion than an existing payment means. So if you are in payments, then I definitely would recommend to look into the wallet regulation as well. What's in the wallet? Yeah, the first, there are different kind of credentials. The first one, already mentioned, this is the eID. This is really your ID card which goes into the wallet. There is qualified certificates, especially from the public sector. So this means driver license, yeah, most important use case, but certificate of residence, for example, from your municipality, from your city where you live. Also tax data can be issued into the wallet. And this is especially important for the banks because normally you, in the KYC process, you need to ask for a tax ID. And the bank cannot open the account until they have a tax ID. And in the future, the tax ID will be issued into the wallet. And once you do the KYC process, you're not only asking for the normal attributes, yeah, surname, family name, address. You also can ask for the tax ID, which is certified from the German tax authorities. So this is really important. Yeah, this is really a proof from the government that the tax ID is right. Yeah, and this is the difference. It's not like paper everyone can copy. This is really a proof that the data which comes out of it is true. And when, and this is also important, there are a lot of non-qualified certificates. This means, for example, if you're an employee, it's also possible that your employer, yeah, gives you an employee card into the EUDI wallet, yeah, and maybe think of you have an NFC card. Maybe currently everyone has an NFC card. It's really complicated for banks, yeah, to give it to all employees and also to give it to external people. And in the future, this also will go into the EUDI Digital Identity Wallet. So, what can you do with a digital identity wallet? You can do identification, authentication, yeah, and it's not only a digital authentication, it's also physical authentication. So, meaning you can really have your eID card and, for example, go through a gate, go into an office building with just your EUDI wallet. And also important, I guess, this is really deep, yeah, electronic signatures. I know when talking to banks, yeah, we are not always familiar with electronic signatures, but the EUDI Digital Identity Wallet will also have a capability to do qualified electronic signatures directly into the wallet. So you can firm, for example, once you do a KYC process, yeah, you're getting all the data, and then you can directly sign within the process via your wallet. Yeah, it's just with a wallet. You do not need any additional means exchange of data. It's all done through the wallet, and this is really big. Yeah, so this is about the functionalities and what's in the wallet, and how does it work? And as said, this is really an ecosystem. So you have normally three parties. The first one are the issuers. Yeah, it's the government first of all. Yeah, but also all the municipalities which issue certain public credentials, permissions, whatever you can imagine can go into the wallet. But it's also the private sector. Yeah, it can be the bank issuing a credit card or an IBAN number or whatever. But it could also, for example, be a ticket issuer. Yeah, imagine you go to Eintracht, yeah, and have your ticket within the wallet. Yeah, wouldn't that be great? So this is the issuer side. Then you have a holder. The holder is normally the end user. And what is really important, it's not only about natural persons. This wallet will also be available for corporates, for organizations. So there will be an EU digital wallet also for organizations. It will not be on your wallet. Yeah, it will be a kind of cloud wallet. It will not be on your smartphone. It will be a cloud wallet, but it will be where. And the aim is really using this wallet for KYC process and supplier onboardings. So imagine you have a company. You have a lot of different certificates, yeah, from Handelsregister or from, for example, financial statements. Everything can be in the wallet, and you can just show it, yeah. And you can answer a request from a bank just with one tip. And this is exactly what EU is heading for. However, I have to admit, currently every government is mainly looking into the natural person's wallet, so there might be a delay when it comes to corporate wallets. Yeah. And the last one in the ecosystem are the verifiers. These are the ones which are really, relying parties getting the data, and it's a bank, it's a police, it's a company. It can be an online platform. It can be nearly everyone. Yeah. However, you need to register. Yeah. It's not like everyone can, without any control, getting all the data out of the wallet. So there will be a kind of registry where you need to register your use case, and someone checks if you are really allowed to use the data of a user. Yeah, it's like user protection. Yeah, this is the ecosystem, and timing, as being said, the first member states already have a wallet. For example, in Italy, and in Germany, we are waiting for the wallet until the end of the year. There might be a possibility that the German government can offer a kind of test wallet in May this year. My company is involved. For example, there is a competition in the Bundesagentur für Sprunginnovation, so HNG for jump innovation, I would call it. And we're building currently a prototype for the German wallet. So if anyone is interested, I can show it afterwards. So we are acting on, also involved in the building of a wallet. However, the official wallet will directly come from the government. And in Germany, there will also be private sector wallets. This is allowed, and there will be a certification. If your company, a bank, decides, okay, I want to offer a EUDI wallet to my customers, you can do so. You need to go through a certification process via BSI, but it's possible. Yeah, and for example, German telecom and also saving banks really looking deep into it, and could be possible that we are offering a wallet. So. But there will not be only one wallet in Germany. Yeah, it will be, I expect at least 3 to 4 different wallets. And as said, the regulation, I guess most of the implementing acts, so it's the main regulation went through in May. Yeah, this is the eIDAS regulation through the parliament and all the processes. And we are already through the implementing acts. Implementing acts are is kind of deep regulation. How to set it up. It's through. It's done in November, and currently everyone is preparing for the EUDI wallets. And what also is important, we have kind of large-scale pilot. These are big projects which are funded from the EU. There are 4 of them, and we currently doing trials for use cases. Yeah, and use cases, for example, are KYC processes. It's e-receipt. Yeah. If you look into what in the health area, you also have a lot of kind of credentials which you need to share. So there's one for e-receipt, for SIM card registration, and lots of other use cases which are currently in trial with bigger entities. And for example, we currently working in a project which is called Potential, and where 4 major German banks, Deutsche Bank, Commerzbank, ING, and German savings banks, and we're currently using our wallet and also some kind of our back-end technologies to do trials to be prepared once the wallet is available. Yeah? This is what we are doing. If you are interested to do the same, reach out to me. We can also offer you some help to get to know the wallet and do some trials on your side. Yeah, and this is really important. You should remember, in December 2026, every member state will have an EUDI wallet. So every citizen in the member states will have EUDI wallets. The protocols are similar, but not exactly the same. So everyone is currently telling me, okay, all the protocols will be the same, it's defined. However, we are working on cross-border testing, and this is really complicated because the standards are the same. However, like always, how you interpret the standards, this is different. Yeah, and this is really a little bit complicated mechanism. So I would really recommend to look deeper into it. How this is, how you can do so to implement with the wallet. And now giving an overview about use cases. Lots of use cases: banking sector, public sector, employee work sector. Yeah, I also talked about supply chain. Commerce, retail, really interesting, public transport, leisure, tourism. So in almost every industry, the wallet will play a role. This is why I said, okay, the European or the digital euro is important. However, the digital identity wallet will even have a bigger influence on our digital society in Europe. Yeah, and a lot of people are telling me, and this is one sentence from a guy who is really doing a lot of research, and not only on the technical aspect, but also on the society aspect. And he's saying the ID wallet will become the key channel between the customers and organizations, interactions, and unlock a new digital customer endpoint. And this means, if you look onto your smartphone currently, you have a lot of different phototon apps, authentication apps, one-time passwords, Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator. You do it by password, maybe you have a token if you are a bank. And the idea is really having one channel which is really highly secure, and this is the EUDI wallet. And this can really change how customers interact with each other and with organizations. And unfortunately, there's currently no messaging protocol on top of the wallet. This is something a lot of people proposed, okay, why not have a messaging protocol on top of it, yeah, like Matrix protocol. Currently, public sector is looking deeply into Matrix protocol. But my guess is in the next 5 to 10 years, there will also be a messaging capability. And when you really have a trusted channel between an organization and the citizens, and then you can also exchange messages. And this is really important, yeah, because in an organizational way, you need a trusted relation, and it's not like sending WhatsApps and communicating each other. It's really having trusted endpoints, and this is where the EUDI wallet comes in. This is a vision, yeah, but if you do some research on it, you're considering working with a EUDI wallet, you just should keep it in mind. Yeah, and now coming to major use cases in the financial sector. And yeah, as already mentioned, we have two major use cases as of now. We have KYC onboarding, and we have strong customer authentication. And in KYC onboarding, it's not just that you have an obligation to accept the wallet. It also comes with significant cost savings. And the reason is, normally you do not need any intermediary. Yeah, you can directly get the data out of the wallet of a user. And the ID provider, normally it's the government, yeah, because the government issues the identity into the wallet. And normally the only thing what you need is a software which is able to verify the data out of the wallet. And this is also a major threat to the identity providers, and it will completely change the whole system, yeah? Because as you know, a lot of done processes, KYC onboardings in Germany, still video identification, postal identification, this will completely change, yeah? And the provider already know that. And it will be really significant cost savings. Yeah, to say some numbers, yeah, KYC process can be done, especially the checks for the identity cards, under 50 cents. And currently, for video identification, you pay between 8 and 12 euro. So a lot of cost savings. And I followed the panel of the investors panels, and what they said, yeah, everyone is investing into efficiency, yeah, into processes, and this is exactly where we are. And when it also comes to data, you get direct, seamless data out of the wallet, so there's no fraud because it's directly, completely digital, and less fraud and less fraud. Because as you know, AI is on the rise, and AI also means deep fakes, yeah, for identities. And a lot of people saying, okay, video ident, yeah, it's already dangerous, and you can see a lot of fraud with banks. Automated authentication, like automated ID, like NECT ID, it's not allowed in Germany. So the only solution is really cryptography, and this comes with a wallet. So this will be less fraud when it comes with video identification. And there's always a question: how long will video identification survive? Yeah, because in the e-health sector, it's not longer possible at all. Yeah. And strong customer authentication, saying a few words. Yeah, most of you know, whenever you do under PSD2, whenever you do a transaction, you need to do a two-factor authentication. But it's not like only two-factor. It's just you really need to confirm the transaction. So you cannot use a one-time password for example, out of Google Authenticator, because you need a linkage through transaction. So you need to display the transaction, and the user need to confirm the transaction. Yeah, and this is exactly what the wallet can do. And a lot of banks doing it with, for example, a phototon, and with a EUDI Wallet, it's nearly the same. However, from a user perspective, it's now not like you have, I guess, from all of the banks, 5, 7, whatever, phototons. You can just have one wallet, it's the EUDI Wallet, and you can do the authentication. Yeah, and I guess this is a major improvement, especially for the end users. However, also looking into some of the banks still doing SMS tons, whatever, they can also save a lot of money. Because currently in an SMS, like you are maybe familiar with PayPal, they're still doing this kind of SMS thing, costs you around 10 cents. The wallet will do it for just 1 cent. So there are also a lot of cost savings for strong customer authentication. I already spoke about the problems, so just skip that. Cost savings, I guess you have understood that. And now I would like to show you a demo. So normally I do a real demo, but unfortunately we do not have technical possibilities here, but I just look at the video how it works. And first of all, this is the wallet, the EUDI wallet. And normally when you start, you derive your eID. So you hold your German eID onto the back of your smartphone. When it's read, you give in your PIN, maybe you are familiar with the process. And then in the end, Bundesdruckerei, where are currently the issue of a German PIN, the eID, they issue the eID card digitally into the wallet. And this is shown over here. So if you would like to see it after my presentation, I'm happy to show it in real. And now we are in a bank opening process. So you have your eID on the wallet. You are, for example, on the banking app. And now bank is asking you to verify your identity card or your eID wallet. The bank is asking you within the wallet, The wallet automatically get a request, okay, please show your identity card. Here it's mentioned who's asking for the data. And now the bank got the data. It's just 30 seconds, and then it's done. And in comparison to a video identification, where you at least need 5 to 10 minutes, it's really easy, or isn't it? Honestly speaking, this will be available for the banks at the beginning of next year. So it's not far away. So you can use it and be already in trial with banks to do so. Already talked a little bit about strong customer authentication. I can also share my presentation if you would like to at the end. And also really important, I spoke at the very beginning about this delegated authentication. So currently, if you're a merchant like Amazon or whatever, and maybe you would laugh about Amazon, but Amazon, PayPal, they're all involved. They're all looking into it, and they are part of the game. And this is interesting because when I talk with payment providers in Germany or in banks, they are currently reluctant. If I look into the hyperscaler, I have meetings with Amazon, with eBay, with all the people, because they understand what's going to happening. And this is interesting. And here the big advantage is normally if you do a kind of payment authentication, normally you always go back to the issuer. For example, in a Visa card transaction, it's EV3D, and you end up with an authentication in your bank and your Phototon app, and sometimes the process is not going to work. You do not know what to do, and here the new kind of checkout for the e-commerce will look like you are at the checkout of the e-commerce store. They're asking you at the end, do you have an EUDI wallet? You confirm it. They're asking you at the checkout in the wallet, please share your address, please share your credit card number, and then confirm. And then you automatically also authenticate the transaction. And this will automatically go to the issuer on behalf of the merchant, and then the transaction is done. And this will ease the process, and the conversion for the merchant will be bigger, because in all the processes we currently have, especially with credit cards after PSD2, the merchants are not very happy about that. So this is how payment approval works, and we're currently working, for example, together with Visa in a project where we have defined with our company the processes for payment approval for SCA, and currently introducing that to the EU Commission. These have been the major use cases. However, there are a lot of other use cases in banking. For example, with customers, you can issue customer cards, you can issue account balance confirmations. A lot of different use cases are possible. If you have a lot of employees, maybe employee management could also be an interesting thing for you. And when it comes to corporate identities, think of the onboarding of a supplier. Whenever I onboard with a bank as a supplier, it's a nightmare. Show all the certification, ISO certification, whatever. It takes months, not years, but months. And in the future, hopefully, I can easily onboard with all my certifications, and it's hopefully done in a week or so. But we will see. Just wanted to mention a lot of other use cases next to KYC and customer authentication. A little bit of marketing at the end of the day. Our company is not focused on building the EUDI wallet, but what we are offering is we are specialized in building hardware, building software for backend for the financial sector. So we are a mid-layer technology provider, and we are offering an application which we call the EUDI Wallet connector. And with that kind of connector, we are able to plug in all EUDI wallets all over Europe. And at the end of the day, we are expecting to have 50 to 60 different EUDI wallets. And we can directly lead it through your core banking system. And you can do KYC, you can do SCA, and you can just implement it in weeks and do not need years. You do not need to have any maintenance. And at the end of the day, a lot of people are asking me, okay, and if there's, for example, a change in the Italian wallet or a change in the Estonian wallet, are you confirming that you take care that we directly get an update? And this is exactly our value proposition. You can plug in every kind of EUDI wallet. And now we are done. And if you are interested, would like to get the presentation, send me a LinkedIn message, or you can also book a meeting with me, or just get in contact via our form. And now I guess we have 8 minutes to answer your questions.
Just a quick question. You said you're obviously working with different banks on tests and projects to see how it's going to work.
Yep.
I'm just curious from your know-how, are you seeing banks or organizations that are trying to create something like what you offer on their own? Are they trying to do it from scratch? A little bit like what we see when we're looking at instant payments or VOP. Some feel they can do it all again and better, quote unquote. I'd just like to have your opinion.
It's exactly as you say. I would say whenever we talk to banks, it's always the discussion: can we do it on our own, or can we do we buy it? Make or buy decision. The smaller banks definitely go for the buy decision. However, the really big banks, they currently to build it themselves, and we are the ones always asking questions to us with the wallet, why it's not going to work. And it's definitely a decision how big you are and how many skills you have on your own system. But people normally just stick to the standards, because there's a European standard. It's called the Architecture and Reference Framework. And if you look into the Architecture and Reference Framework, it looks at the beginning very easy. However, if you then look really to the national implementations of the wallets, and I have developers in France, I've developed in Italy, and we're going to all the trade fairs and talking with the wallet teams, and then you get a sense how complicated it will be. And this is what especially a lot of banks currently underestimating. So if it's not your core process, I would definitely recommend to do a buy decision. However, that's my business model. I need to say that.
What are the requirements to get an EU ID? So basically, who can have it?
Nearly everyone. I'm not sure about the age. I guess it's when you get an eID, it's I guess up from, I'm not sure, from 16, I guess, when you're also able to have an EUDI wallet. But there's no other other regulation. I guess you can just download it. So everyone can download this in Play Store or in the iOS store. Yeah. The only limitation is that your member state issues you an eID, and in Germany you need to have an eID card to get a PIT. PIT is the eID within the wallet. Yeah, but no other limitation. If you just would use it for example, for the Eintracht ticketing case, also your child can have an EUDI wallet at the end of the day.
Yeah, you have to be a citizen then, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Thanks a lot, first of all, for the pitch. I think it was really interesting. What is your expectation with respect to the adoption rate of the EUDI wallet, particularly in Germany? Also, given that the eID card, well, the adoption rate was so far, in my opinion, very low, right?
Yeah.
So, what's your expectation there?
Yeah, it's not only in your opinion this low. It's really low. Yeah, it's German government. They are always saying it's increasing, but it's increasing from 10 to 12%. So that's not that much. But what we see, this can really, the EUDI wallet, especially for Germany, can really become a game changer. And honestly speaking, whenever I speak with people in Sweden or Belgium, we have Bank ID, it's me. I guess we say we do not see a need for the EUDI wallet, yeah, because we already use it's me, and whenever I talk with it's me, we say, oh yeah, what's this EUDI wallet? Yeah, 99% of all the citizens are using it's me. In Germany, it's different. Yeah, whenever we see economies like Germany, which do not have really proper working digital identity systems, where I guess there will be a lot of demand. And one example, the German Chancellery, we started a project. I guess it was before the last election. And we offered a German driver license. And this project was stopped by the Chaos Computer Club, yeah, because there have been a lot of problems with security, and honestly speaking, technical, it was not very well done. But also one problem was scalability, because the driver license was available, and German Ministry of Interior made a statement, okay, now it's available, and within 2 hours, 300,000 citizens wanted to get the driver license. There was so much demand, and they have been prepared for 10,000 an hour, so it was 20 times more. And this is the reason why I think we're not talking about the eID. The killer use case for me is a driver license, because you do not quite often use a driver license. However, the only thing you need to carry with you is always a driver license. Yeah? And to get rid of it, if you can have it in your wallet, you can just have your smartphone, and you do not need anything else. And this is the reason why I guess a lot of people will use the EUDI wallet. And to get a driver license, you need the PIT. So it could also mean that a lot of people are starting to look into the eID. Yeah. And in addition, as said, also the hyperscalers. Yeah, I guess the eID is missing a lot of use cases. The bank do not have an obligation, and the only thing you can do it is like, yeah, identify with the public sector in some use cases. With a wallet, you can do KYC with every bank. You can do it as two-factor authentication, and it comes into the daily usage. Yeah, it's not like the reason why a lot of people not using the eID is because they have forgotten the PIN. Yeah, this is the main reason when you ask Germans, okay, what is happening? I forgot the PIN. If you have the EUDI wallet in a daily usage, you have the PIN. You do not forget the PIN, and this could be really a game changer.
Something that I saw coming up within the German banking industry was the sharing of identity. So basically, if I want to open an account with a new bank, I simply log into another bank and they take over the identity. Isn't this some form of heavy competition?
Exactly. Honestly speaking, we had a long history in Germany where banks thought about exchanging data for the KYC process, and we also, in our research project, had a lot of discussion with the government. And what the government clearly said, it's not something we want. We want to get the control over identity. And the only thing what we see for the future is eID and identity wallet. Currently, what you do with a bank ID is an electronic signature at the end of the day. And for the electronic signature is done through trust service provider, where there's a kind of lower regulation, and you are allowed to exchange you are allowed for a trust service provider to get identity data out of a bank, then do a qualified electronic signature. On top of it, you always need this kind of 1 cent money transfer, and then it's done. But honestly speaking, once the wallet is available, it's much easier when the bank ID or this banking ID, and it's much it comes with much lower costs. I guess you need to wait for the micro. Here, in the front.
My question was related with corporate identity, actually. There are 2 large-scale pilots going on. One is Nobit, and where the other one is the WeBuild, as far as I know, where Germany is also participating.
Yeah, WeBuild is the new. There are actually 4 large-scale pilots, and 2 new are starting. And currently it's potential, EWC, Nobit, EC for the EU, and the next one will be WeBuild. Yeah.
In the Nobit, I saw that as a use case, also the corporate identity will be implemented.
Yeah.
So starting from 2027, will be corporate identity also available on these wallets or not?
Yeah, this is the big question. Theoretically, if you look into the legislation, of course, yeah, because legislation still says a regulation, okay, there needs to be a corporate wallet available. However, if you look into the standards and the current discussion, and also what the member states doing, I doubt that we will have at the beginning of 2027 this wallet. But it will definitely come. And however, from a technical perspective, it's not yet ready. This is what I see in the market.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, sure.
Because there are also some other regulations coming up, like the EU Data Act, for
Yep.
example, and data sharing between institutes, not only financial institutes, maybe energy companies or other companies will be possible. So all they rely actually on the corporate identity of each individual as well for onboarding processes.
Could be possible, yeah.
So if EU identity doesn't support any corporate identity at all, I'm asking myself how this could be accomplished at all.
Yeah, so a lot of people also saying the corporate, so the whole ecosystem will really kickstart once the corporate identity is available. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Anyone else? I guess we are also having. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I guess we are at the end. So maybe just one last question.
Hi, I'm working currently on getting fitter for FIDA or FIDA. And one of the problems that we see is that the consent page that will be required, so that we probably need one consent page for at least the whole of Germany.
Yeah.
And my question would be, would that work for that? And if so, would it be a problem? Like you said, they're going to be probably more than one wallet issued. So would that be a problem for that?
Honestly speaking, I need to look deeper into the use case. I haven't thought around it. At the end of the day, with a wallet, just to mention, there will be a lot of wallets on the market. However, as a citizen, you just need to decide which one you use. At the end of the day, you can have just one wallet. However, you can transfer your data. So you can not have 2 wallets which are really active, but however, if you decide, okay, there's another wallet provider and I trust them more, whatever, better features, whatever, you can move your data. This is possible. So at the end of the day, you, for one citizen, will just have one active wallet. Okay, so many thanks. Yeah, good questions. And